What's up, peeps? It's your boy Money Rob. Right Nice Cruisers, baby. So the project is still on Esperanza. This shit's about being patient, and I will never stop saying how the car is gonna tell you exactly what it needs next and what it wants next, especially if the car is gonna stay and the whole learning process behind it. That's my main thing. I'm a late bloomer. My whole life was a whole different direction than doing shit like this. I didn't have a pops that was gonna, hey, tell me, hey, let's go underneath this car, let's fix it, let's learn this. So jumping into the low riding game, I had to learn how to do shit for myself. I can't run to everybody to fix my shit. So get it, learn it, have fun with it. The more it binds you up, the more you can fucking understand how to unbind yourself. When the shit hits the fan, you're gonna know exactly where to run to, and motherfucking execute the problem. You're not gonna miss. No, you're not. You fucking crime fighting, homie. So learning the whole brake system on this old car, starting with when I got it, finding the leak, getting people to understand where it was leaking, why wasn't pressuring up. Uh, Also, it came with the original master cylinder, and I was new. My stupid ass, gets an aftermarket. The whole thing was that a wheel cylinder from the rear, they had placed it in the front. Whoever had the car, so on the front it 90s and then it connects to the rubber line that has a copper line inside. So it will barely bleed off from inside, and everything is sticky and wet when you're doing oil brakes oil brakes that you don't really see it, but it could be a small leak and it pressured up. Then fix the problem. But I left a few old lines through that process, so now she has new wheel cylinders, new shoes, new fucking drums, and all the hard lines, rubber lines, the back rubber line, all the fittings on this has changed. Not has changed. It's replaced, and we're going we're going with the 1/4 inch for more flow, and that's the existing one. I know the other ones are like a 1/8 line, but with what I'm sticking with what I have, and the whole fucking pedo is that there's brackets out there, cheap aftermarket brake kits that they sell, but there's no instructions to them. Yeah, I mean, if it's the whole the 2-bolt pattern, that's all you got to thank God for. You take it from there, but there's no manual, no instructions, nothing. So you have to rig it up your way. Like I said, if you go with the kit, it's pretty cheap. It's a master cylinder, a dual master cylinder, a 7-inch brake booster. So now we're gonna have vacuum. What I'm trying to say is, with this kit right here, it's really not a hit and miss, because you understand that this is way better than that old fucking a single reservoir master cylinder. Just it's just in a small reservoir. So now you know that you're gonna get it, but they're gonna bind you up. Here I go. This is in a regular other cars and other kits. You order them, and both of these sizes of these ports are fucking the same. So right here, you need to really figure out yourself, the fittings that you need. So if it's fine thread and all kinds of shit. So now when the brake line comes into this, then it goes to the inverted flare fittings. But check this out. So if you're trying to do the same setup as me and try to figure it out, and hopefully this video helps everybody. That's the whole plan. So on my route right here, not Home Depot, fucking Pet Boys. Dude, Pet Boys right here on 20th and J. It's the place for fittings and for hard lines. And they fucking let you, go through them And if not, they'll get busy with you. Shouts out to Pet Boys, man, and for the crew that's right there that helped me out. So, like I told them, either we get reducers. This is it. This one right here, it's a 9/16. So a 9/16 is gonna fit on this side, but they only had it where this right here, I think it's a 3/8 line. So this fucking flare is too big. So then I'm like, fuck, let's put another reducer. So on this one, and then right here on this one, this is my reducer. The reducer, it's gonna be a 7/16 to a 9/16. So it's pretty much, and all these numbers, this all changes. Some people 3/8 talk about different numbers that it's a little confusing. So I'm gonna make sure I'm gonna tighten the shit out of it without fucking shit up. But you got your inverted flare there. I mean your flare is there. Your inverted flare is over here. No need for no Teflon. It's just gonna be a nice fucking solid snug fit. And then the same thing with this one. You know, there's a bleeder screw on that fucking old master one. That's not old, is the aftermarket one, and it doesn't have no flare, inverted flare or flare at all. It's just, you just screw it in. But I was like, man, am I fucking this shit burping through right here? Am I fucking bleeding it out? Cause all that other bullshit, fuck that. I'm gonna, hopefully I execute this with you guys. So, all right, boom. Now, if you got one right here that's already inverted, like to the right size, to the 1/4 inch size, then just get one. Me, I had to double up on this side. So that's the size for this. On this size right here, it's gonna be a 7/16 and 24. I don't know what 24, I guess because they're long. And this one goes on this one. Then I'm gonna be plugged up. Says no Teflon. Sometimes I do want to fucking squeeze Teflon on these bitches, or fucking pipe dough. But as long as, maybe if I don't get it to, go more up than down, because you don't want this shit in your system. Nothing. They're fucking small holes at this oil. That's why it's so thin. And right here with the dirt, it doesn't help. But I'll see. Maybe I'll fucking do whatever. But this side is your plug side. So then you got your bench bleeding kit that you need to bench bleed it before you install it down there. I'm not gonna cut the floor to access the back, because now my master cylinder has moved maybe a foot back. So I'm just gonna do a syringe type of system, my phone with the camera to see it, when I need to see it. Oh, fuck, man, I have it the opposite way. I'm sorry my video's all fucked up, but I'm trying. All right, so, and then on your flare side, on your fucking flares, are your fucking fittings to bleed. Then you find those two, a good snug fit, and you start bench bleeding it from in here. You put the key in, and you start. I don't have a vise, so I'm gonna probably strap it into the bolt right there to the trailer, choke it, and fucking and see if I can bench bleed it. And on this side right here, I'm gonna go to the rear. It's gonna go on this side, and it has some check valves, but and then I have to reduce it, and goddamn, that's a grip of unions through the whole fucking little assembly. And then, yeah, maybe they're important, but like the homie said, you ain't going that fast in these cars. These cars are not meant to go faster than 50 miles per hour. So I think we're gonna be good without the check valve, as long as I get good flow. I showed another video where I used this fucking little fucking tambo right here, this fucking what is it called? Whatever that shit is, fucking bote, and use my hose and put the fucking the bottle more in top of the steering wheel, higher than the master cylinder, so your gravity's fucking working. I fucking opened up all the lines and I fucking gravity fed everything quick, because I was fighting with gravity feeding. The master cylinder, it's below your rotors and all that bullshit, your wheel cylinder, and gravity feed is not really working with you, especially if you have it in the air and you're off balance. So I would fucking recommend you bleeding it this way. If you got good flow, don't worry about it. On my vacuum line, I'm gonna go ahead and do this. I got these ones right here. So size is gonna be a 3/8 by 24, and then this one right here, the T, because this one's one line that feeds everything. So I'm gonna plug up a T and make that T the 90. So on my first T, I'm gonna plug it up, and then on my second T, I'm gonna get this line and reroute myself. I think this is like a maybe a 6. And then I'll go with my fittings here. Get a good bend. Don't kink your line. Get a good flare. And on the vacuum line, I'm gonna. So I got this T right here, right? This T. So I'm gonna bring this T, and I'm gonna steal the fucking on that side right there, on that fucking on that fitting right there. I'm gonna tee it off with a male going inside, and then seeing that I hopefully the fucking 316, oh no, the 1/8 line in that fitting is a 316. Give me enough pull of a vacuum. It's small, because then I'm gonna go ahead and use this one, and I recommend you leave the flare. And I went with the 1/4" gas line, because it's hot underneath and it goes by the fucking by the headers. So on one side, it gets a little bigger on the plastic feeding on the booster, but I'm gonna go like this, boom, leave the flare, and fucking put my clamp. And then if I want to open it up, because the plastic on the booster, it's a little big, the where it goes in the check valve, then I could go ahead and open it up with the bigger line. Now I'll use a 1/4" to this I don't know what this one is. I don't know if this one's a 3/8. It's just a slight bigger than this 1/4. So, and then and then clamp it, and hopefully I get a good pull on that vacuum. So that's step by step, and hopefully this helps, man. And I'm pretty sure there's other people out there trying to figure out themselves. I can't afford to take my shit to everybody, you know. I'm hungry to learn, and pretty much, help out the next man too. It's that's what it's all about. It's helping out the next man. These YouTube videos, pull motherfuckers through. All right, my peeps, it's your boy Money Rob. Stay tuned, stay connected. Much love from the cruisers. Bad nights, baby.